Ose Opare. Thank you. We're joined this morning by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, the Honorable Shirley Ayoko Boche. Thank you, ma'am. Joining us this morning is the Minister of Health, the Honorable Kweku Ajiman Menu. We're pleased to receive the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the Honorable Cynthia Morrison. A round of applause for her. A Deputy Minister, I beg your pardon, I'll get the name later. There are so many acknowledgements that I have to do, but because we came here for this unique program, can you please permit me to acknowledge them intermittently in the course of this event? Do I have your permission? But it will be remiss of me not to acknowledge the home front, our hosts. Pleasure is mine to acknowledge the board chair of Korle-Bu, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Okoboy. In his company, the CEO of Korle-Bu, Dr. Daniel Asare. We welcome you ever so warmly. This morning's event is live on GTV, the station of the nation, alongside many other stations I'll be acknowledging also in the course of this event. Your Excellency, the First Lady, this morning's event is rather brief and it will give us a fair idea of what this investment means for Ghana, but it will give us also a firm understanding of what individuals and groups like the Rebecca Foundation have done and continue to do for Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, I trust that by the time we leave here, you also know that in your own small way, you can effect change in Ghana, no matter how small you think you are. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in introducing our chairperson for this morning, I'm pleased to give to you a man of tremendous expertise, a man of vision, faith, and character, but more importantly, a man with a heart for public service. He joins us this morning, having demonstrated all these qualities and a practicing medical officer while serving concurrently as a member of parliament for the Lojukuku constituency and the board chair of Korle-Bu. Ladies and gentlemen, the ever vibrant, spirited, yet humble, Honorable Dr. Bernard Okoboy.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. NC, my brother Jololo. Yeah, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, the Honorable Minister for Health, Honorable Kweku Ajiman Menu, the Chief of Staff of the Republic. We also have our own big sister, Honorable Ayoko Boche, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, my colleagues, Deputy Ministers, the CEO of the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, all the staff of this hospital, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. I consider it a great privilege to be the one to be called upon to chair this very momentous ceremony. Momentous because generations yet to come will be witnesses to this edifice that has been put up by the Rebecca Foundation. As a physician who has worked in a number of hospitals in this country, in the Central region, Ashanti region, in Greater Accra, in the Brong-Ahafo region, there is one thing I've realized, that most of our hospitals are built with pediatric wards, but not exclusive, independent, well thought out pediatric intensive care units. And it is no surprise that it took a mother to remember that some things are very important and they ought to be done. And we are very grateful that we are here today to have finally the pediatric intensive care unit. This unit has all the facilities that we've wished for. In fact, if you enter the unit, you might think you just transited to Europe or North America. We have over 41 beds dedicated exclusively to neonatal and intensive care. In fact, if I want to go on a tangent of mentioning all the facilities that are in this particular unit, we might not live here. I would like to conclude quickly by mentioning that it is true that behind every successful man, there is a successful woman. But what is also true is that behind every successful woman, there is a successful man. And I'd like to thank God also for the husband of the First Lady, our own father and president, His Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We are particularly pleased that we have a family that always thinks of how to uplift the poor and care for the vulnerable. And it is true, when you care for the poor, the Lord Himself will also care for you. And so we are excited in Korle-Bu here. And on this note of commendation for the Rebecca Foundation and the First Lady, and on a note of exhilaration on the part of Korle-Bu, I declare this ceremony officially open. Most grateful for the opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our chairperson, the board chair of Korle-Bu, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Okuboy. We thank you for your warm words of welcome. In moving on, it's my pleasure to acknowledge in our midst the Deputy Minister of Children, Gender, Children and Social Protection, the Honorable Frida Prempe. Thank you for joining us. We're joined this morning by the Deputy Minister of Finance, the Honorable Abna Osei. A round of applause for her. Thank you. The Lord Mayor of Accra joins us this morning, the Honorable Mohammed Ni Ajay Soa. And a former mayor of the city, who is now a member of the Council of State, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Stanley Ni Adri Blankson. We welcome you ever so warmly. In a short while, I'll be acknowledging formally all our esteemed traditional rulers, Nime, Name, Nananom. But in moving forward, it's my pleasure to invite to also set the tone with his address, the CEO of Ghana's largest health facility, Korle-Bu. Please welcome Dr. Daniel Asari.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, the Chief of Staff of the Office of the President, Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Kwaku Agyeman-Menu, Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, and Deputy Minister for Women, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Deputy Minister for Finance, Chief Director of Ministry of Health, Board Directors and Management of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, cherished staff of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, staff of the Child Health Department, press here assembled, members of the clergy, traditional council, chiefs and queen mothers, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is the day the Lord has made, and let us all rejoice for the sake of children of today and children yet unborn. I'm extremely happy that almost a year after the sword was cut for the construction of a pediatric intensive care unit for this hospital, we are here today to commission it for use. Ladies and gentlemen, if you recall, in May 2018, Her Excellency and her foundation promised to put up a PICO for Korle-Bu, which when completed will admit 41 children at a time. The building was also expected to have a pediatric intensive care room, pediatric ICU, isolation room, a pediatric high dependency ward, neonatal ICU ward, neonatal high dependency ward, neonatal isolation ward, with a full set of ultra-modern medical equipment for patient care. The building was also expected to be energy efficient by employing green technology. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Child Health Department attends to children and units from birth to up to 12 years of age. As a referral point and premier hospital of this country, the department receives cases from all over the regions and across the sub-region with most cases requiring intensive care. The increasing patient numbers received as against the department's pace makes admission challenging and compromises the quality of care. The completion of this PICU is therefore a welcome news, not just for the hospital and our patients alone, but the country at large. This will also serve as the biggest training center for training of pediatric and neonatal emergency care for doctors and nurses and other health cadre. Ladies and gentlemen, under 5 mortality is an issue that engages the attention of government and the international development organization. In our organizations such as Korle-Bu, with the highly skilled personnel, under 5 mortality occurs as a result of lack of appropriate facilities to save lives. If you reduce under 1 mortality significantly, under 5 mortality will also drop. Your Excellency, I'm confident that your intervention, which is one of the important contributions, in the next couple of months, begin to manifest a drop in under 5 mortality and subsequently reduce infant and neonatal mortality as well. Dr. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, the provision of medical gases, solar water heaters, voltage stabilizers, water storage and pumps, and solar power generation in the building will also ensure that the care is not interrupted at any given time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, I'm happy to see this day, and I'm happy that the beginning from the time that we will operational this facility, which is going to be very soon, in the next couple of weeks, children who will require neonatal and pediatric intensive care can be attended to by our highly skilled and professional staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, in the next couple of weeks, will be rolling out paperless patient and facility management system. The standard of this pediatric intensive care is world-class and is comparable to any PICU anywhere in the world. In order not to downgrade the standard by maintaining the manual records management system, we have decided to introduce the new paperless medical records system starting from this facility. Your Excellency, let me give the assurance that the hospital will employ innovative management practices and will go all in to ensure that this facility is maintained properly. As a part of this scheme, we have mapped our planned preventive maintenance program to ensure that the building and the facilities are kept in good working conditions in the next 10 years. We plan to outsource non-clinical services provision for efficiency, and also employ private provision with public supervision. Before I take my seat, let me express my profound gratitude of the hospital management and staff to Her Excellency and the Rebecca Foundation for this facility. Madam, we are grateful. I also wish to thank the contractors for the speedy and beautiful work done, Mr. Stephanie and Team Ayiko. I also wish to thank the former management team members, the former CEOs, and the former heads of departments of child health, and especially the current one, Professor Ebenezer Bedu, and then the previous ones, for equally wishing that this facility comes to being. I want to mention Professor Jennifer Webeck and Professor Goka for daring to dream a facility such we have about to commission. Thank you, invited guests and ladies and gentlemen, and members of the media for making time to be here with us. You are all welcome to Korle-Bu, and please witness this marvelous facility that has been put up by our First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you, and you are all welcome.
We're grateful to you, Dr. Daniel Asari, CEO of Korle-Bu, for that very inspiring address. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this morning we're pleased to acknowledge in our midst the South African High Commissioner to Ghana. Would you please make welcome Her Excellency, Madame Lulu Hingwana. Thank you very much for joining us. We're joined also by the Deputy Greater Accra Regional Minister, the Honorable Elizabeth Saki. Thank you. Joining us this morning is the Deputy Minister of Health, the Honorable Alex Kojo Kom Aban. Thank you. What we witnessed this morning is as a result of close collaborations and partnerships forged with numerous stakeholders, particularly our esteemed traditional rulers. It's my pleasure to acknowledge formally the Sempe Manche and the Mankralo of the Ghana state. Would you please make welcome Ni Adote Otinto II. We say welcome, Ni. In his company, Ni Ado Abose Bule II is the Sempe Mankralo. A round of applause for him. Thank you. Joining us is the Sempe Glefe Mankralo and the acting chief, Ni Oko Berima I. In this company is the Otiame Ni Adote. A round of applause for Ni Adote. Thank you. We're joined this morning also by a great retinue of queen mothers I would like to acknowledge now. Na Adole Ablade I. Na Koko Ajoyi I. Nana Adede Ahwaden Keteku. Nana Wopeyo Dadechu. Na Akuya Mempe Mehwasem. Na Ode Mwao. Na Aba Dinswa. Na Aba Kwano. Na Koko Churi. Na Jambea. Na Aba Kwano. Na Kroache Anohuma. Na Tetioko. Na Adole. Na Dede Ablewa. Na Sakwa. Na Ahine. Dediota Momo Heshio Balo. Na Adese Omanyesane. Na Momo Hosia Balo Ke Na Cheche Ajiman. Ufane Amefe. A round of applause. This morning, I would have to plead on behalf of all of us who are not accustomed to Ga Adangbe culture that you pardon us in view of the excitement and the euphoria that we just clap for today. We know that it runs counter to the tradition of the Ga Adangbe at this particular time. Respectfully, I ask for your pardon. Thank you. And now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, it's my pleasure to invite to share some remarks on this great day, Ghana's Minister of Health. Would you please make welcome the Honorable Kweku Menu Ajiman. A round of applause.
Thank you very much. Can I, despite his plea, also plead that the shouts and the clapping be reduced a little bit in respect of tradition and culture. The MC has pleaded with Nime Name that they should allow us to do clapping and, a little bit of noise. But I also plead that we bring down the tone a little bit in respect of culture and tradition. Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of our country, Madam Chief of Staff, colleague ministers and the deputy ministers, the chairman and the board of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, the chief executive, management and staff of the hospital, and I will salute the staff of the Child Health Department, members of the clergy, invited guests, our friends from the media, Nime, Name, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The well-being of children, girls as well as boys, is the litmus test for the health and future well-being of our society and the planet. how our children are faring in terms of their health and nutrition, their welfare and education. The environment in which they grow is a direct predictor of what the future will look like. A pediatric intensive care unit serves to improve the well-being of children, specifically neonates. With the Sustainable Development Goals, Target 3.2, which states that by 2030, we should end preventable deaths of newborns and children under 5 years of age, with all countries aiming to reduce neonatal mortality to as low as 12 per 1,000 live births, and under 5 mortality to as low as 25 per 1,000 live births. Ghana currently is confronted with high neonatal deaths, and this resulted in the country and the ministry developing a national newborn strategy. Currently, a major focus of the Ministry of Health is to ensure that Ghana achieves universal health coverage, leaving no one behind. There is no way we can achieve universal health coverage without actively reducing neonatal deaths. And I want to take the opportunity to congratulate our First Lady in putting up this pediatric intensive care unit. This, I personally believe, will go a long way in our efforts to achieve UHC. Since I took over as the Minister of Health in 2017, I have embarked on several monitoring visits across the country. One of the key challenges that I have personally identified is the lack of infrastructure, equipment, and human resource to handle pediatric cases. When I visited Korle-Bu during the time of Dr. Enya, we went to the Child Health Department, and there were incubators packed somewhere behind where they had put kids in incubators. Some of them were staying in incubators paired, 3, 2, in some cases even 4. Observation across the country is the fact that we didn't seriously plan for mother and child health. Across the country, when we started working towards achieving SDG 3.2, you could see innovations, extension of existing facilities in terms of civil works. So they will open up a small place in some hospitals' corridors. They will find just 1 or 2 incubators sitting in almost all our hospitals, especially our district facilities. When you go beyond there, you can imagine what you will see. Some instances in some of the hospitals, only 2 incubators, 1 functioning, the other one not functioning. And our doctors, let me thank them, and their midwives and nurses were doing improvisation of equipment to warm the kids who needed to be given warmth. Excellency, on behalf of myself and the entire workforce of health in this country, we can't hide our appreciation and our excitement at the type of efforts we are putting to support our system. Madam, I had earlier on identified you, and I said to you when we were commissioning the one you fixed in Kumasi, and I said that I've identified a domestic donor partner. And it is in you, madam, that we'll look up to begin to do a few more for us. My colleague, the MP for Lejekuku, am I right, was talking about behind every successful man there's a woman, and behind every successful woman there is a man. But I will change it and say that beside every successful man there is a woman. Madam, you are doing things side by side with our president. So you are not behind her. You are just beside her. So when Nanado talks about 1D, 1F, I wish that you also adopt 1 teaching hospital, 1 NICU. Madam, you've done 2 now. We are left with Tamale, Cape Coast, and now Ho. So 3 more left. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invited guests. In May 2018, Her Excellency the First Lady, working through the Rebecca Foundation, agreed to construct a 41-bed PICU for Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. The Chief Executive has mentioned the components in there, and it has all it takes to make it a state-of-the-art facility that is sitting here now for us to commission and to see what is in there. This Child Health Department will serve as one of the major referral points for the country. This state-of-the-art PICU facility will go a long way to address our high neonatal mortalities which we are currently experiencing. Once again, Madam, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic, we thank you so much. I personally believe, without doubt, that this intervention will go a long way to curb both around the 5 and high neonatal mortalities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, ensuring this facility is operationalized within the shortest possible time is very important to me. And I appeal to the Chief Executive Officer to ensure that this facility is operationalized within the shortest possible time. And I won't even believe that we should have staff working in there now. I will want to brief on progress and pretty soon detail my monitoring and evaluation team to do a follow-up. Excellency, we will send you our monitoring report. I want to appeal to Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital to deploy a lot of IT technology to facilitate the work in this unit. The electronic medical record system has commenced in this facility, and we should extend it to this unit. Let us also have a sustainability plan in place to ensure the efficient running of this unit. I will want to take the opportunity to thank all staff and management of Korle-Bu who contributed in diverse ways to ensure the completion of this project. We need to look further than the words of one of the world's greatest leaders, Nelson Mandela, for direction on the issue. And I will quote, "There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way which it treats its children." Let us keep these words in mind as we commission this new edifice. Your Excellency, you have demonstrated that you care about our children. Let us show, especially the staff and management who will work here, apply ourselves diligently to the work. I thank you for your attention. I'm grateful.
We're ever so grateful to you, Ghana's Minister of Health, the Honorable Kweku Agyemang-Menu, and touching on sustainability and what we can all do to ensure that this project certainly outlives all of us. This morning, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have many more acknowledgements to do. I'm minded of the fact that we have Na Kwacho, the Malamanye. We welcome you ever so warmly, together with Na Adole Owana. We say thank you very much for joining us. This morning, as we proceed, it's my pleasure to also acknowledge some great hands who have contributed over the years to what we're going to unveil. A former CEO of the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital joins us, Dr. Felix Anya. How about a round of applause? Forgive me. And a former acting CEO, Dr. Samuel Esiama. We say thank you very much for joining us. Today, our words are few, but our hearts abound with gratitude. Here to express the entire sentiment of Ghanaians with a poem written by Betha Enamgali and Daniel Safashi and directed by Mr. Dominic Ando. Please welcome our friends from the GES Cultural Team, Ablekuma, South Metro.
wale efwa wala ya twen jolemi eya na pe ake pimo ni wani me kename chomi afi baba o ni blofo chole slavery le eba ho eya mimo ake wapi sinomini se godin Gottesberg bama Korle-Bu hela chamo hene ke hawo wapimo ke amane hunu ba e follow ena se na mo komedi ne ke animonyam le ne damoshi ke hama hu ne fe afi eke eba ni na wo how ye gbejin gboyin ahe ni kase mo he ke hela chamo he ni fa ene wo mempi pani kase mo he ya anokole yo follow pe ni lehe hiamo ni bi ni echomi keji ebi behe wale la chamo he ni akwele eja ke sabe alo chofa ake ba ha abifole ne yara ho holote bi fomo ne ke abifole ba ta fete ene mefe eho nani ka wo hie mene no ya ko hey ko ewo mi logo ligi ewo inanno wala eba he wale eba namakeba nye awo papako ni musushale ni ehie kashi ojoba ganyo bindiete ni ete ega koshe wonye awo Mrs. Rebecca na okaiko akufu ado wake ayu walado ayako boy wo and before bayishi wo bi bayishi ejake wase kwe amenomi nani ofe ya Okonfanochi Teaching Hospital nani ofe ya Princess Mary Children's Hospital Cape Coast Teaching Hospital hani beke bi ame here ekashi ame here akashi ame bako ame wojina ame bakase da keda wo mami wake ayako ayi walado ofepi niwo ajobo nakole ajobo wajemo waji ajobo ayako nyawo papa ayako cha ni omanye abla ofe mami ayako.
Eloquently rendered, ladies and gentlemen, Betha Enamgale and her team, ES Ablikuma, South Sub Metro. We say thank you very much. And with time reading exactly 15 minutes to the hour of 11, ladies and gentlemen, please rise as I give to you the gift of the occasion, our guest of honor, as she delivers the keynote address and officially commissions these great projects. The First Lady of the Republic, Her Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo.
Please sit. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Chairman, the Chief of Staff of the Presidency, Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Board Management and staff of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, partners and sponsors of the Rebecca Foundation, Nime Name again, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the media. There's something about a sick child that tears at one's heart. And there's nothing as disheartening as knowing what to do for a sick child, but feeling inadequate to do so. This was the frustration that our medical staff faced on a daily basis at the Korle-Bu Child Health Department. This was the frustration that parents of sick children also faced. Sometime in 2017, Korle-Bu Child Health requested the support of the Rebecca Foundation to help fix the challenging conditions facing the department. Our subsequent inspection revealed a situation of limited space and inadequate equipment, resulting in delays and avoidable deaths. My first thought was, it's not the Ghana our forebears envisioned. This is not the Ghana our children expect from us. No matter how brilliant, committed, and dedicated our health employees are, they simply cannot give of their best without the needed inputs. My staff and I decided to do something because at the Rebecca Foundation, we believe that the ability of any society to take care of the vulnerable, especially children, shows the humanity of that society. After extensive discussions with the management of Korle-Bu, we learned that in all its 96 years, Korle-Bu has never had a pediatric intensive care unit, which was surprising. We knew then that we had to give them one, but we decided to go further and build a facility that also has a neonatal intensive care unit and a high dependency unit. Work earnestly began, and today it is my joy and the joy of the hospital to commission this modern, fully equipped facility for our children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today is certainly a happy occasion, but today should also be a day of reflection and a call to action. How did we as a country get to where we are today, where our premier teaching hospital would have such challenges in taking care of our children? The experts may have their positions on this question, but permit me, a non-expert, to also state my humble view. I believe it is important to pay attention to planning and its execution. Planning that takes into account all the variables that affect the quality of the care in an institution like Korle-Bu. Strategic planning that allows us to learn more about the organization, share our perceptions, and discuss critical issues affecting or likely to affect the organization in the future. Planning that allows us to determine the resources needed to provide the quality of care desired. But planning alone is not enough. Execution, including monitoring and evaluation, are absolutely vital. Another area where we fall short sometimes is in resource allocation and mobilization. The state and its relevant institutions have a great role to play in this. But as we know, it is a huge task for the state to provide all the resources needed by all sectors. This is where organizations like the Rebecca Foundation and others come in. I call upon institutions, NGOs, and charities to support our health sector. I also suggest that the departments in Korle-Bu and similar institutions should consider establishing endowment funds. I entreat all of us to support any department which chooses to do so. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, biomedical engineering is pushing the frontiers of medicine in a way that is incredible. Some inventions that would have been perceived decades ago as simply science fiction have become a reality. The world is moving fast in innovative breakthrough medical interventions. We cannot afford to be left behind. How can we advance, though, when we all acknowledge that we have a poor maintenance culture? I have in the past 29 months visited many health facilities. The story of broken down equipment, lack of spare or replacement parts, broken down infrastructure is all too pervasive. We have to change this narrative. There must be strict application of maintenance protocols. We have to take good care of our existing infrastructure. We also need to pay attention to continuous training of health staff to match global trends in health service delivery. Training presents an opportunity to expand the knowledge base of all employees. In this day and age, there are many ways of learning, including e-learning, available Let's take advantage of them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is important to state that the Rebecca Foundation, which was established in 2017, has been blessed with partners, benevolent institutions and individuals who have supported our work. Thanks to these donors and partners and my hardworking staff, we have achieved some successes in education, health, and women's economic empowerment. But it is in the area of health that we have made the most success. So to our donors and partners, here are some of the things we have done with your donations in the area of health. Under our Community Health Outreach Initiative, we have screened and treated about 2,000 Ghanaians, referring some to health centers for more advanced care. I take this opportunity to thank our young, hardworking, and dynamic team of health personnel. God bless you for taking care of the vulnerable. We have also equipped a new Chiefs compound at Sedwasi in the Greater Accra region and renovated and equipped the Abam Chrome Health Center in the Eastern region. We have, with your generous support, made donations of hospital equipment and consumables to all the 10 regions of Ghana before the creation of the 6 new ones. Additionally, we have donated phototherapy machines to the Princess Marie Louis Children's Hospital and the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Last year, we partnered with Brain Project, Global Outreach Consortium, Future of Africa Foundation, and the GCB Bank under the Restoring Hope Project to screen over 3,000 persons in the Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Northern regions. We performed over 200 surgeries, including 25 complex surgeries. I thank our team of doctors and other health professionals from the USA, Germany, and Ghana, and other partners for the success of this operation. I am happy to report that we subsequently donated equipment and medical supplies to the Ridge and La General Hospitals. We plan to organize another one this year. Our biggest project was a fully equipped maternity, neonatal, intensive care, and pediatric intensive care units at the Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital. Again, we could not have done this without the support of our donors and partners. And today, we are commissioning a pediatric intensive care unit at the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. Someone asked me if I was not daunted by these projects. My response, I am not daunted by the possibility of failing Ghanaians, especially our children. After all, at the Rebecca Foundation, our motto is an opportunity to make a difference. On that note, I wish to thank our generous donors again, the board management and staff of Korle-Bu for their cooperation and expert advice, the contractors, African Building Partners, who again have done an excellent job, the media, who always give voice to our work, the hard-working staff of the Rebecca Foundation, and indeed all Ghanaians. May God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make us great and strong. Thank you.
The First Lady of the Republic, Her Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Please appreciate the mother of the nation.
For UTV so any said the Ghana Penny Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo Paediatric Intensive Care Unit. Yeah, what we see our Korle-Bu said the ordinary December at Sujano. Was said a 2018 and a 4 year Chumawaya Sabiaha, born and home. And so in a very short while,
this formal ceremony will come to an end. Medical facility Korle-Bu has instructed that we allow only people to make their way there. But we've pleaded with Korle-Bu and the board chair has agreed that we extend that to 15. In view of that, Your Royal Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, may I respectfully ask that you allow the Simpemanche together with the Simpemanye to represent
and I'm sorry you so and I want to see Jaya and Nay, Ama say, wabesi edan kama edi mfidie agumu ya ebeboa na agye nkwadaa nkwa na omafo beka ya nye we nko a eye afia etwa mu komasefo eye asante mantamu konfanochi aban ya sabia okosi ye eno nkwadaa ene awofo sede be ya wo mu emfiri mu ye yi enti Ghana ba panyi di ato na koma so se obehwe se obatan bi kwa awo so a obefa ne ho afa ne ba na waba ne fie asomdwem na nkoba ne se de bia nkwadaa bewu na wafiri wono anom nsa endam ade ba kwa na mienu ebia wonom enya na so so wohwemu a naka ebetumi aye Ghana ba panyi kyese aban ko antumi nye enti esefata se ankrankra nwumakuo eni kuhudo a enhya aban ase no ede wom ho agimu bi enti sei Rebecca Foundation wonom asomu enya aboafo ahodo a woka ho ama wodi saa adwumai enti UTV so ena wani guso a wo hwe no enne edua yi sede afrase Korle-Bu mpanyimfo esre Ghana ba panyi no wode ose ayoye ama Rebecca Foundation wo ma betintim dai oba no woni osoafo a wo hwe amana ne ho nsam so ene baaye maame Shelley ayoko butche ewa ha saa so ena ma me frem opare so chief of staff owa ha eni ncheni akukudam apomodin esoafo yeru akokwa adwamanu so ebaaye a wode nanim onyam ebeta adwumadie na se wono so ekasa ase yesi bema bia betumi akonkan ya no oba pagina na chi no onde wonka so oba pagina na chi ogina ni nchem enti wosere ne sese de woye ne partner ya wo beboa na neonatal ye chese nkwada na ya wo mu efiri da ba ko ewo no akosi bese emfie enum no yebetumi agi sa nkwada ni nyina nkwa ne nkoba ne se akoda bia ebefim enti wo hwe machi ha edan no na esi ha kama efepa bibia ewo mu emfidie ni nyina etiapo incubators de abedi mani ekoku hunu ye de na kyese ye makoma ko bese edu ene ne moro ye ya wodi ebedi dwuma eno eda nchen a se ya hwe akoda bia wie na ne ho ato no ba bi obeda ni nyina eyade a wonum asiesie afi adwumayefo no so ewo ba bi akwaba ne se waye adwuma bre no peso ohome a wo home wonum a ebeye night so osori no pa wonum asiesie ba bi a wo so bedware se de ebeye a wo mu hwe nkwada no so wo so apomode ho nsem enka ejeje mu enti ene edua UTV ye bepie mu ewo Korle-Bu Ghana ba panyini ye Mrs Rebecca Ekufuado ene Rebecca Foundation anamuntu a wo motu asi ye Paediatric intensive care unit ewo Korle-Bu no ene obi ano ama enkwada ye hwe wonum ewo ha fesu so esan beda ne referral center kese ya bia ye bia obi wo no ye betimi ya refer ne sese wo ba bia kowo na ne ba ne brown so anase na pomode hu nsem nsisi so a ye betumi ede no abaha eti sese de ye de aseda piesie ene mo piafo na ema Ghana ba panyi ewa na muntu a watuo yi eho na o hwe se enkwada pomode hu nsem ebetumi egina ne nan so UTV so na wani go a wo hwe no eti sese ye de akabritie bi na dwumadie no ekamya ye se aba ewiya enesa na nanom hemfo Anglican asofo mpanyifo wonum nyina de wani monyam ebeta echi esentwofo ewa ha ni nyina ene se de apomode hu nsem betumi egina ne nan so na se de enye baakofo adwuma no Ghana bankwa entumi enyanti na Ghana ba panyin so aso ne fabie wonam so ayo so e de ato omanfo anim se wei enye baakofo ade so enti obi ade obetumi aye ne kakra bia no obi a enye na enyema entimi enko enkan se de be ya ebetumi aboa na yensa aka ye era china ewo menchen ewo ha ya ye ne no ebedi enkomo kakra e de afa anabontuei Rebecca Foundation binu aba ye mo akwa baba UTV so
mejo so me
ba twa apomo te sei
apomo boko nyame ado
mwana muntu a motu abesi Paediatric intensive care unit de na mo ne ye be che de na mo hu ye mo so ya na mo ne nam na mo sisi keke ana te sei
me pa twa da bi entisa kra o mampanyire nyina ye mame Madam Rebecca Ekufuado Obestra Paediatric Oncology Unit baby ehwe mofra omanya cancer yeso omoyare wo oba ye na Korle-Bu 42 ne nim so omo children's emergency ward no so ehonye said ye see netete na before after independence na atia besinne enti okohwe ye na ahomete eno ofato ne ho se ne obepe de obeya a obetimi aye se de oye obehwe de obeya obetimi akrama na yeyi enene nyame adom yetimi apagya pediatric intensive care unit esi hoi
wode wani kaka mo amfie be sei ni na saa na montu yi adwuma de di be sei
pacho ye maame ba ha 2017 obeya first lady na nche bia no ba ha nti emu ho no koye konfa no chefo de nti wohwe ma be se afini yedi asobebo form si yebe start esi dan na nyame adom yetimi apagya dan yesi hoi
yada ase papa ebusuafo said yewra no ekasa ye no Rebecca Foundation wonom ene atwetwowra eda ano wachire se afimu ntam wani na said ye mami eka ye no watumi de ose aye oyo ama niema nyina etumi akoso nti eye ni gisem de ma oman Ghana yapomode ne ho nsem no empempi wobetie ye se obi akowo ne ba no ne branso enti akoda na mu yanka uhwebu pa se yade se ye wonfidie ewo kwa anka wonom ho betumi ato wonom nanso so empempe ya ne nkoba ne sa enu nti se de trosem eka no wose de oye mubro ho ade no ode fam erade nso ne fam de ya obeye ede abo oman ese Ghana ba panyin no eno enna wapiti ase okoye bi ewo asantemantam konfa no che se de ye nyina ye animsem enye we nko a na waye na eneso so wode we episo chese obekoso aye enti osofo a wo hwe akode ho sam so yewra okwatuma benu enso ese ya wo hunu se ampa wo ba pa ya wo gina ni hunu nchemu wo pese bibi ekoso edwumadie bi ye ya wo se wo ka kire wo ba na wo pese ye ka asam so abema na ye ka kire no wode Ghana ba panyini fam ne ho na dwumadie wo motumi edi na akode ho nsam etumi egina so enti
we are pleased to announce
out
of extreme gratitude and encouragement for others to follow this course, we do announce in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit that this edifice shall be known and called as the Rebecca Ekufado Paediatric Intensive Care Unit. We in Korle-Bu always heard of compassion. We didn't know what it looked like until we had this edifice. And I want to say that at the Rebecca Foundation, the motto is, making a difference, taking opportunities and making a difference. But we in Korle-Bu believe strongly that it's not just making a difference. This is actually doing God's work. Because if Christ were here, he would have asked, when I came to the Pico and the place was congested, how come you didn't bail me out? We are very grateful that today, should that question come to us, we have a bailout. We are proud to tell Christ that we provided a facility for you. You can come around. So we are most grateful for this opportunity, and we thank the Rebecca Foundation for what they've done for us. We are not selfish, so we remember those who are yet to benefit. That the One Teaching Hospital, One PQ project is now official. And we pray for the foundation that others can also benefit so that together Ghana will be a nation beyond aid. Most grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, ebusuafo say dear the dino ashe empenyumfo ya
and so ladies and gentlemen, behold on your screens the Rebecca Ekufado Unitated Pediatric Center.
Ama say enkwada to me afa wo akodi ebra ya wo wono foforo kra na nkoba ne sede bia ye beti enkwada wo na wo ye premature we nyini eye nti wo wu sa nyama ni nyina ye nyama asese eba abefi ho na apomode ne ho nsem ewo enkwada afem no etumi ejina ne naso ebra ye ma me Rebecca Ekufado kasa no wodi nsem to bia se wo hwe o my Ghana if you say Ghana be ye Ghana kamia ye sa apomode ne ho nsem tintim yɛ no nkwadaa fa mu deɛ na agye agu kakra na nhyɛ da nkɔ yie ɛsan sɛ yɛanwene no sɛ nkwadaa ne incubator yɛbɛwo no na n'apɔmuden ho nsɛm nkɔ yie no ɛho hyehyɛeɛ a ɛfa ho no na ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛwɔ fam nanso so ne nyinaa nkɛmfoa no ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ wɔn bɛtu anammɔn pa na wɔn ahyɛ ayɛ ama nneɛma nyinaa atumi ayɛ kama eti Rebecca Akufo-Addo Foundation gyina tuo yi a esi wɔn ani nso sɛ nkwadaa apɔmuden ho nsɛm ebetumi agya ne nan so eyi nti ɛnɛnɛ muhu ɛdɔm yi a atwa ahyia ɛwɔ ha nyinaa nti
in education and women's empowerment. How about something wrong?
Dan no enya aye dan ama sese wo de hye mpanyimfo ensa sede enema nyina betumi akoso wano nti sabre de enche bia na dwumadie no mpanyimfo apagya wo mu ama dan no wonom akohwehwɛ mu na afei eye gyae e de ahye Korle-Bu mpanyimfo ensa na wadi dwuma a aka e wa ha e de agye yemofra enkwa
and invoke the blessings of God Almighty.
Jumedi no aba awiya ensa yede empaibo ebe hyehyɛ so sanse yefi ase nyame na odi efiti ase ne senti womo assign de empaibo ewie na enema nyina aye kama enti sese de bibibia aba na wiya ensa enti yekɔ na enchekra yakwa akura edan ne mu na yahye sede enema esi etie na enema nyina etumi akonkan empaibo no esi ya pɛ na yɛkɔ akɔhwɛ edan ne mu na mpanyine sika kum yɛgye ne kokoa num no wankasa wode wani krochia wisie ehuno ade kɛse anase adwumaso a akɔso ɛwɔ ha no mu wani egoso ya wohwɛ UTV enne edai ye Korle-Bu aban aya asabia ye enkwada efemu ena yaba bedru we ye Department of Child Health ha ena yewo na Paediatric Intensive Care Unit ya Rebecca Foundation ma Rebecca Akufo-Addo abesi ewa ha no eno ho enenne apodwa data ya wo bejai media na se edan a wasie ede ama apomodene mu adwumayefo na wo mu ankasa efiti ase na afede yede nkwada se ye referral se ye wonu e wo Korle-Bu ha ya abegu mfidie mu na doctor fo ya waje ne die abefo kwan so no wo mu nyina ede ohwepa ahwe nkwada na abatan a wonum ekwa awo so no wafa woma na nkɔba ne sɛ da bia oba bi bɛfɛ fro anyema tentasu abosome nkunu emu akukuruhwe ase na bia na abosome nkunu ana nso beso na obɛwo no anya ne ba ana se yɛ incubator ba ko pɛ ne wɔ hɔ ba ko asɛe entigi sɛ wokɔdi line obetumi di line na afei na akɔsɛe kra saa nneɛma yi ɛna ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo so ano nti a ɛnam so ama enei say there I was for everyone five when you be about a year and to me abo a shiny and dining and not a yemen and call and kind see UTV so any so for yako era edan ne mu ebritie bi na yakọ akọhwe sede mfidie ne akade ya ewo edan ne mu ebi a na obi ebeka se edan hunu bi na wasi ede asi ho da bi enye edan hunu bi a na emom edan no wasi dan no na mfidie ne akade a esefata soso wodi ni nyina egumu eboa ama enema akoso eti sesi ya ide ye train se oba panyin ane ne dom mani muso a mpanyifo aka ye ma me fi mo pare ye ma me hyele ayoko botwe ene yewura ko ajeman lenu wonum nyina ebedi echi na afi waba betwa homamu ewo edan yi ho enti nsɛmfodwofo nyina ye nyina ya boa ya no abodompem ewo eye edan nanim a ye twen sɛ mpanyifo eba bedru ha sei na afi watwa homamu na Ghana fo mu nyina mode moni krochia wisie ehunu de ekoso ewa ha enti kosoa ma wafidie no ɛna abusuafo sɛdeɛ mu nyinaa mu nim no Korle-Bu Paediatric Center ya Ghana ba panyin esie no ɛho ɛna yɛwɔ sesie na dwumadie ni nyinaa ba awie no onipa wo hwɛm asɛ ɛdan yɛsie na ɛbɛboa nkwadaa pomodin ɛne sɛ nkwadaa ɛnkɔso enwuwu mfi wɔn maame no nsa ɛbra ya wo wɔnom sɛ ɛmɔtɔfoa no afei na mpanyinfoɔ ɛbɛma wɔn mu so na wɔn aba ɛdan ho na Ghana ba panyin ne dɔm ɛka ne ho wɔn abɛtwa nhomam na afei Ghana foɔ nyinaa de wɔn kɔtwa wisie ɛhono ɛnneɛma ya ɛwɔ dan mu na afei mfidie ahodoɔ ya wɔde agumu unit ahodoɔ a ɛwɔ mu yɛtumi ɛhono empa ahodoɔ a wɔnom ɛde agumu a ɛbɛkyerɛ sɛ ampa ampaniampa ne nuane ampa no mpanyinfoɔ ani abre ɛhwɛ sɛ apɔmuden ho nsɛm ɛwɔ nkwadaa fam ɛbɛtumi ɛgyina ne naso ɛyie papaapa enti ɛnɛ awie deɛ ɛyɛ pani bɛhwɛ ɛwɔ Korle-Bu ha adɔktafoɔ ne adwumayɛfoɔ a wɔha nyinaa wɔn ani agye sanse ɛnyɛ deɛ wɔn nso pɛ ne sɛ obi ɛba ɛbɛfiri ne nsa deɛ wɔn nyinaa ɛhwɛ animu ɛne sɛ anka Oba bɛkɔ awo so na wawo afa ne ho afa ne ba asomdwe mu enti sesie de ebre no aso sɛ ye bɛbɔ ahyɛ ne ɛdan ne mu enti sɛ wo hwɛ a yewura akoko agyamamenu wodi kan mpanyimfo ni nyinaa apagya wo mu ya oba na wo ma bɛbɔ ahyɛ ne ɛdan mu enti hwɛ sɛ wɔnom ebedi kan na abusuafo yɛde mo wura mu enti everything bi enche kra nantie no ayɛ nkakra enti mpanyimfo ebedru ha na wo mu wura mu ane yɛn sɛ dwofo so yɛ de akyi na kyɛ sɛ yɛtwa na mo so muhu adekode potia yɛsi Paediatric Center kɛse wɔ Korle-Bu de ama nkwadaa mu te sɛi dan ne keke ne si ho anase mfidie nsuso ewo mu a yɛde bedi dwuma animanimu ya na mo akasa modemoni ehunu bi Ghana ba panyin na edi ekan ya woba Greater Accra mantam so afo abedi eche edi ne nchemu yewura kwaku agyamamenu so afo hwapomden ho nsam so abusuafo ono so eka ho bi ma Michelle Ayokobotwe Chief of Staff so eka ho sɛ dom ya aba enya sanketo kase Ghana wonu makurakuru yi ekyekere ema ho nsam egya ne naso no wo mu nyinaa ɛwɔ ha no mo aha ye maame fremo opare wono ena efra ne ntoma ne che da no komfefefe Ghana ba panyin edi kan ai enti sɛ de ebre no enya adru so ya wobeje na kwaso e de ahye ne nsam na sɛ de ye nyina yensu nim no yesi dan bia nipa a wosi ye no ya ye wo honi bi anase wodwom bibi na ya twro edin e de aguso ebrekura wosi ye nipa a wosi dan no e de ma sɛ ye suapon a watwro sɛ ya sabia sɛ de ye nyina nim a watwro enti wode ma me Rebecca Ekufuado Foundation ene Rebecca Ekufuado ena abo enimu kama enti we kire eniso ya wani aso adwumaso a wadi ede ama Korle-Bu Children's Department Paediatric Center na ebehwe nkwadaa nketua amomo nse emotofo ano peche na yawo womo ena ebeboa ama enyema nyina etimi akoso abusuafo UTV eso eni enti say the dwumadie no enya adreso a enesa yewura edan ni mu yebewura edan ni mu Ghana ba panyini wa ba bedru edan no ano say the empanyifo ebehwe na wabie edan no ama niema nyina atumi aye kama enti abusuafo UTV so eni na nka yedi kan abora edan ni mu na nso so ye kasa ye yidie oma ye kasa ye yidie awonu niema wadwom ye no wonum adwom ahodo emienu enti agise wonum awie ansa enti yasamu ada UTV so eni abusiafo say die breno adruso se yewura edan ni mu enti deɛ wohwɛ yi ɛyɛ ɛnkran Korle-Bu aban ayɛ asabea mmɔfra ɛfam na sese wɔnom anya centers ahodoɔ yɛ a wɔde bɛboa apɔmuden ɛho nsɛm enti yɛwura ɛdan no mu enti sese deɛ abusuafoɔ wohwɛ a waduru ayɛ asabea ha na wobɛtwɛn outpatient department na kyerɛ sɛ mo a mode mo mma aba anaasɛ abatan aba no wɔn mu ɛbɛtena enti ɛno anie ɛno ɛda nkyɛn a adan no mfidie no ɛdɔɔso papa apa yie wɔn mo ɛwɔ mmea a ahonidie ho nsɛm ɛkɔba ne sɛ wɔbi abɛsra ne busuani anaasɛ ne ba bi a ɔbɛhwɛ na saa nipa no wada na ɛdan ne baako a yɛbɔ mmɔdene na yɛnkɔhwɛ mu sɛdeɛ emu ɛteɛ ɛnie abusuafoɔ ɛdan no emu so paa na mframa mpoma nso wɔ ho a kyerɛ sɛ obi da ha no mo a ɛyɛ nkwadaa bi a yɛnti air conditions ɛnni ha no mo sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a awɔ nkɔ nkwadaa no mu nti wohwɛ a ɛyɛ fan nketewa ɛne yɛde abobɔ dan no ho kamakama sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛde nwunu kakra ɛbɛba nti akwadaa no yɛahwɛ na wie no na ha ɛna wɔba abɛda wɔn mo ɛde paintings no nso wohunu sɛ ɛyɛ colours a ano ɛdwo yɛ a ɛyɛ ma emofra nti bets ya wo masiesie ene mfidie ahodo a yede esi enkwada ne so no ebusuafo ena modin guso a mo hwe no ai aha eye ward kese ya se ye yiwu akwada no akwada incubator ni mu na pomode ho nsem no afedi empanyefo hwe a aye yi a na sa akwada no wo mo ede no aba enti aha ene word kese pa ewo mu UTV so eni sese de omampanyin ne ho kafo owura edan ne mu na afei wode nani aba abehwe anamuntu a wotu ye sika Rebecca Foundation yiye se yemfansi saa edan anyanyam bia wakasa ho saa nete die ne wo mu wode nani krotwa wisie eba abehwe na afede wagye mu krakrakrakra e de amampanyofo se de wo mu behwe so no mu de adi dwuma ya esefata no magye mofra enkwasan se wo batan na wonim se de tie se de batan so ne befiri mu a ya na won ho etete won efa so oba bekọ ebefa abosomi nkunu akwantuo mu na ne bre asusu wokowo se ya bosomi nsia se ye na bosomi nkono na yese wo ba no wafiri mu ye nya eniema ne akade ye sefata se ye de hwe no nti akwada no ewu eya na ahomete na msawe so na nei Rebecca Foundation etu anamon se nti wo hwa Ghana ba panyin na wa ba bedra empanyufo a wonum na esi edan no contractor for no wo mo na age akasamu ekita ne nsam ya wo cheche Ghana ba panyin dwumadie no sade esitie adan bia de wo mu ene de eka ene de ekire no na wode cheche no enti yedru edan we hu anu wa kyerese aha ne yebebo mpane aha ne yede nkwada ebehye incubators mu enti adwumaso a wo mu edi ye no adase contract ya de hye wonom nsase wonyo ewa ha no wo se wo kire adwumawura se de yawudigya ye no aha enie aha enie enti se de ebusanfo eno a na wonom aye ne kama ewa ha enti bia medi kan yedi kan de mo baaye no afei na Ghana ba panyi wa ba bedru aha ya watch no esade eniema esi etie enti ICU rooms a omowo ewa ha no mo intensive care unit aha intensive care unit aha emu empa eni mfidie ya a doctor for edibedi dwuma na abusuafo mo hwe e wo mani so wo UTV so enne awie enne ya maame frema opare the chief of staff e wa ha so afọ a wo hwe amrane ho nsam so ya maame Shelley Ayokoboche wo ha ya omu nyina edi wo mani monyam abeta dwumadie no achi Greater Accra mantam so afọ abedi achi wono so ewa ha onimunyamfo kwaku agema menu ɔsoafo a wɔhwɛ apɔmuden ho nsɛm so ɔno nso so ɛwɔ ha bi ɛsan sɛ yɛntumi ɛnsi biayɛ sei ɛmfa ma nkwadaa ɛwɔ Korle-Bu yɛ a ɔsoafo a wɔhwɛ apɔmuden ho nsɛm so wɔn mabie ɛno nti wɔn nyinaa ɛde wɔn nyam abɛtɛ adwumadie yɛkyi ɛne adwumaso a Ghana ba panyini ɛdeɛ onimonyamfoɔ atakyea nso so yɛkasa yi waba abɛpie ha sesi a onimonyamfoɔ atakyea nso aba ɔsoafo a wɔhwɛ ɔman yadansie ɛho nsɛm so yɛwura atakyea ɛso aba abɛduru ha awie abusuafoɔ ɔno nso ɛde n'adimonyam ɛbɛtɛ adwumadie no akyi enti ayɛ anigye sɛm na mesusu sɛ abaatan paa ɛna wɔnom ani ɛbɛgye kɛseɛ ɛsan sɛ ɛyɛ ana asefim bebree ɛsɛ wontasutie nyinaa ɛne wabofo nyinaa akyi no na wanya wo ba enti ɛnɛ deɛ abusuafoɔ ayɛ ani kasɛm yɛ maame so yɛ maame fira fɛmfɛ ɛwɔ ha yɛ ne no ɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ kakra honorable mepakyɛw yɛ mo aha mo akɔ ababa UTV so
yɛ ne deɛ nyɛ ala gege
amobɔ ɛne abobɔ aba Korle-Bu honorable ɛdeɛ na woka ɛde afa dwumadie yɛ a wode w'ani abɛhu
yo maame di kan ɛmbɔ yɛ maame aba so yɛ nyinaa yɛfrɛ nante bɛki sɛ mma mmabunu ne mmɔfra ho asɛm no hia no obedi first lady nema bebree no ayɛ in the health sector ohwɛ adwumadi okodi Kumasi mother and child adwumadi okodi hɔ deɛ Princess Marie Louise Hospital ɛne deɛ ne yɛ hu di a na kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ adi kan yɛ fɛ na ne nyinaa akyi no krampo no even in sports yɛ maame bɛboa yɛ bra yɛ AFCON Women's Cup of Nations no yɛde kɔto n'anim obesi yɛ refurbish changing room facility wɔ Elwak MIA enti nyɛ health nko ho asɛm ne hia mo ma ho asɛm ɛne mabunu ho asɛm ne mmɔfra ho asɛm hia mo deɛ mɛsrɛ Korle-Bu teaching hospital no sɛ facility ɛsom bo ma yɛ pɔ mo hwɛ ne yie na mo maintain sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ nkyirima ɛsoso benya so ɛfa so na wɔn nso so na aboafoɔ mo boa no so no ɔmo nkɔ so amoa no sɛ bi bɛso nkyirima nyina so
abusuafoɔ honorable ɛna ade na no sɛm ato edwa yɛ maame fida prɛmpɛ ɛkyɛ sɛ yɛ maame ɛnyɛ apɔmuden nko a ɛna wɔdwene ho ɛma apɔmuden ɛne nkwadaa deɛ na mmom ɛyɛ agudie nsɛm so ɛyɛ ade a wafa ɛde ato ne ho so na yɛne yɛ maame firma ɔpare yɛ chief of staff ɛwɔ ha yɛbɛgye na no sɛm baako mmienu ɛne wɔ UTV ɛso maame yɛ mo aha awie ɛba UTV so ade fɛfɛ a yɛ maame ayɛ mpacho ɛdeɛ na wo ne yɛbɛkyɛ ɛwɔ mu
yɛ mɛka ne sɛ yɛda sɛm ɛsi na koma so na sɛdeɛ mu amunim no wayɛ bi pɛn ɛwɔ mmea bebree na mehyɛ no nkran sɛ wayɛ bi na deɛ aka so ɛwɔ n'anim ti yɛsrɛ no akoma no a wɔde ɛnam no ɔnhyɛ mu kena na ɔmfa nkɔ ebi nkɔ Cape Coast ebi nkɔ Tamale ebi nkɔ ho na Ghana mmaa ne mma nkwadaa entu mpɔn wɔn asetena mu nye yie wɔn apɔmudin enye yie yɛda n'ase.
Yo, for your chief of staff and I didn't know this ato edwa na ya papa also for washer apomodern hon some so ewa ha nti ya ne no ebedi enkomo baako mienu yera kwaku agema menu ewa ha nti ya ne no ebedi enkomo na wono so yaje na no December komienu ewo UTV so wonum ewura biaya incubators ya no na yede enkwada etum no eno na muhu no incubator no edoso pa empempia ya sabia no sede na yewura kwakwajema eka no eto da bia obekọ no na yemienu baako asai na baako ye adwuma nti we de bebre ewo mu a wode enkwada no ebetum enti ye ne ye papa ebetumti akwada no ye wo da baako edikan no kosi eda etoso aduonu nwotwe a na wa ho keka enkoso a saa ade ye fe no incubator yi na chese ya ne se o maame yem pepepe na oda ho na honorable ewa ha die ye beje baako mienu e de fe no honorable yem akwa baba UTV
ye no
Pacho, why are Pomodin so for a Jumasun, ye mammy, a day, na walk on home, a Timo house, anaso se muhia abasamuden bi ewo mu ebio
ade we ne yehia aye bitumi ade aduru ba bi asese wiase nyina ye de nkora yarehwe nkora pomdren sem ekosi wo akora efrida wo no akosi bosome adaduru no nwotwe esese akora no nya kai bia sebe mpreduasa yare bia ntumi nka no na omfiri mu mai wiase nyina ya yesenka wo nkora pembia anya hwe kora no se bibi frima ensese ebro adunu enso ye de wo soro kakra ye ye ho adwuma ye na nema ye hia se de ye ho adwuma no enu bi na ye de aba he ye de no nu ba bi akra se me kasa no wo hwa hospitals bibira makobia enam se ne sa de we hia ye kese pa first no nti hospitals na sisi ne binim into be kora nurses no doctors no e bi corridor ba bi be won kibetes mienu ba kon se ba kon nya adwuma nti afi na aba na yese de sika ene odine eye ne kakra nti ne aye ma me yo wi ya dia oboa kese pa eye se so ba ha se obi hu se nchir bia enkura nketwa ya rehwe e betumpo no kese e wo Korle-Bu ase
ebusanfo onimonyamfo kwaku agema menu ene na atwetwe enkomo na ye maame hyele ayokoboche osofo awhwe amonone eho nsam so ye beje baako mienu e de afiri ne honomo na oko oye amonone eso afoi wakwa ma hodro so wo hwe sede apomodene eho nsam etie ene enkwada apomodene ho nsam sede ofa no enti yene no ebedi enkomo baako yenu honorable bacho yemu akwaba eba UTV so ewi
yo mejo so
mami waye amonone yebeka sa amonone eso afo wutu kwan wo hwa amonone nkwada apomodene ho nsam so Ghana de ya mami afiti ase ede na obeka ewo
me hu ne me campo because facility we eni ne wo Kumasi no chese yenye mami anka ye hu bi wo Ghana hada nti waya de we no wa ha asif say wo amanone baby to say boche ne kan no as if you're in the west or America somewhere very developed na mami waya de 2 years ni mama mi ya no say ye bona baso ankasa na encourage no because me who be that say what they are to so say no be ya magana ema ene nkwala de say bona baso she's done so well. We are grateful and we are proud of her as women.
Yeah, ebusanfo ye maame hyele ayokoboche so afo awhwe amonone ensam so wo se wo mo eni age ewa na montu a first lady wo tu eho esanse ye obi a eja kanwanse bia wadwojo eda ho nanso so wotu na mo afa nkwada yedie ene wapomodene ho nsem ato ne ho so no na ese efata enti obona baso onimonyamfo atache yanso so se de mbo mamane no ono so aba bedru ha enti ye beje kakra bi e de afiri ne ho honorable ye wakwa aba emu ahaba UTV
mejo so
ye nimse wo de yankaja ye ti ya no pe kura wudia ne guya no ye so honorable wo besisi adan wo bedwiri bi wo pa bedru ha wo hwe dwumadi atie wo adansie ene ho nsam hye wonsa wo hwe edan ya de na obetumi aka wo
ne mekan se ye hyire nyame se ode oba papa se abedum Ghana obi wo ho a obegi tumi a na eyense hu ni akaka bensem bubi so obegi tumi a na onyankopon a ode ne ho abata no ma na adwen papa no de nsanchani adi akire ade ekura wo mehu wa ha mehu adwen me se oba besi adwen ene emwa a nsa kaaye ene watumi di sa ade asuwe enti onyame ne na ase so de friends Auntie Rebecca as first lady adom yen ma tisesi ya akura so wonfi a the next project e ko Cape Coast hospital enti yen na rade ase se we na ehia amamu a yeji tumi a yede esiesie niema enye kasa hu ene tuturasam Ghana yampuntu sam na kwakire ye wakire dodo enti yen hie ni papa obeboa yen na yampuntu sam no yede atumrika ye manfo ho ntoyen the Shire Yami saw this idea, but the Shire Bar penny no so at the papa or the Ato Amagana for.
Honorable Yabadasa Papa, it was for when young for attaching and your literature and commono, or no, and I show Mayor Dency and the cross, Utia UTV, now then some in a worker and a traba, say, or Bayensi, see a Jumedia song, a war, Niman and in Patamua, will be says, or I'm a Hawaii, and a villaggio, and says, or Pepe, and see, I was for. Yaba abedi enkomo na ebusuafo Korle-Bu CEO yewura asare ewo ye nchen ye ne no eba abedi enkomo ba ko mienu opanyin de edi kan ye bisa se wanya enkwada bia ya ye de behwe mofra eno de na wodi kan aka wo
de mbesa me ka kirem se UTV me damase de mbesa me kan se na me aye adom aye Ghana for adom nam na akufo ado wife ami enya sa center we ebi ni ba bia wo Ghana just a mofrabe diana back with me be admitted here one time. She said, I could be a problem convulsion and now or yes seriously sick. Papa Penny because I see you and granny be the Omoba Nayasa. The Ama gra under one mortality no and cry move neonatal death and then grown before 1 year no more also. And after 5 years in Crabby Brewer, only 5 birthday no ko we bet mama abofra bia e ni bedu bia bere fe na ba bet ma hwe no ama wanyini abedu ni mpanyi so kopesa nyankopon beto nsafe so we are giving every child a chance to live
where the opanyi tiawa say mu wonchi ato bi wa ha wo face a ususu se bia mpanyufo betumi akomomwa e wa ha se Korle-Bu aya sabi obi foforo bi so wonchen na owo akade ne mo betumi akwa
we just say the neonatal we ye wo and no bebre bia ye visa a tosin wo ye mpanyimfo no ne mamefo e friend maternity ne obstetrics your problems wo emergency still we say no birth syndrome no you try to manage it but they be every 5 minutes be a weekend ambulance ba and the ohwa nya bed ho asem keke ne ye kan so ebu ye de du Korle-Bu na chese 50-50 the bed ne was ventilator bi si ho a say dem hu ne ha no ha betuma take over ono ne home and say
baby e call ye ne niam na abobo mpa ne ho no eye
ventilators and e friend say so bi akra ba na ne home ene na akoma akra gya machine no betuma take over amana home ya ko say ndo no be ya adwuma na sorry no no home ya nsan de atu nti say oba emergency am sa na mpanyimfo no bi sisi ho but sometimes oba be ba na yes bed ni ho bed ne ni ho no chese so obi ba da so There's a higher 21. Then the teta, intimate to be back and for also the NHS. So the best thing is my advice and say, Ubia Yaya Mama Momrantem. So it never drew her. Now see me by you. If you are not busy, no, so.
Yɛ de papa ramu ketua bi na abusuafo yɛ hwɛ afidie na ɔka ho asɛm sɛ kɔba ne sɛ wo do ba ne mpa beduru ha na ne home enya ana sɛ wontimi home a afidie no betumi ama no ɔhome
operation room a hu sɛ we ne yɛ operation we ne bi ne take over it is we ne we yɛ a machine we timi take over wo home na nipa kɔ no home a na roba hyɛ ne minim na we so monitor sɛ de na koma no ɛyɛ adwuma nti bed bi a wo ha bia na ɔsɛ we bi si ho
oxygen
there be no oxygen dey nam down na eba oni oxygen point nti e be connect we na ma they had the oxygen 24/7 but machine we no your friend say artificial machine wa wontimi home na ya odin bi kura na wanom poison bi afi otwa home what ne ba ha machine we e be take over na machine na home ya ko be say enu e be ma no ho ato no it's a bed na the machine we see ne ba na say bed ni wa nya bed we asem ya kan we ni mienu ene complementary so what me ya say yes you do aben na obi akoto bed we aba bed we nko ade na no ye kan wase ye kan ne ya kan de na de be kan ho ni nyina amani pakro no a on tiapo no obi ma tiapo
abusuafo sɛdeɛ CEO ya oda Korle-Bu aban ya sabia no kan wase sɛdeɛ yɛsrɛ emwa sɛ obi wo ebi na so bɛba bɛyɛ aka ho a Oliver Twist wo mu da so ɛbɛgye but deɛ wo kan sɛ wo ba nyɛ empa nko ana wo kɔtɔ aba wo mu hia saa emfidie we de aka ho na awie mu di enti monitor a yɛhwɛ akoma sɛ de nipa na pomode ho nsɛm te no na we so ɛyɛ na koma ani bia ne home ya atekɔ ne ho adwuma kɔ sisi enuru a wɔmode ma no ebetumi ama nipa na ho akeka ne ho na afi na pomode ho nsɛm egyina so yɛra yɛda ase bebree yɛ ebusuafo yɛda mo ase samoje bre ɛhwɛ UTV ɛna wie yɛbepie mu ɛwɔ Korle-Bu aban yɛ asabea na Charles Department ahane ɛbaayɛ na ne nyinaa yɛ sɛ Ghana ba panyini ma me Rebecca Akufo-Addo ne foundation Korle-Bu fo esre wonom sɛ wohia mmoa nkwadaa ɛna yem enye wɔ ha yɛ wo nkwadaa no ampempi wonom ewu enti o mesi bia yɛ ma wo ɛno ne wabesi edi mu mfidi ahodro ne akade ehia ɛma akwadaa ya wo ne pɛkyɛ de wanya emfie enum de wanya afe wo mu nyina betumi anya apomode ne pa na ɔbaatan bi mfɛfura bosome nkron na ɔnkɔ awɔ so na ne ba nkɔfiri ne nsa yɛ ba mu nyina mmɔ ɛne hwa ahenewa yɛda wase